Greetings everyone, and welcome to something that I don't think I've ever done on this channel. I'm just going to be looking at the brand new revealed quote-unquote LEGO Star Wars sets, because there's a serious issue with, well, I'll get into it, but yeah, LegoCon just happened. It was very disappointing. I was going to live stream it, but I decided against it, and I'm very glad that I did, because it meant that I was able to just hop in and out of both M&R Productions and also Just Too Good's live streams of it, which was way more entertaining than the actual thing. But yeah, we did actually get a number of sets added to the inventory, essentially. And yeah, 3 of these were actually quote-unquote revealed during LegoCon, and then 2 of these just weren't. Obviously, this has been like revealed to some degree for a while now, but yeah. Let's just quickly go through them. The Imperial Light Cruiser, which looks fine. I'm actually kind of excited for this one. I am a huge fan of the Venator. I've never had any of the Star Destroyers, but the Venator is one of my favourite sets I own. And it just looks like another one of those sorts of sets, which, you know, is fine by me. I'm looking forward to it. The minifig selection, I think is pretty good. Fair enough, it's another, you know, Beskar, Mandalorian, another Baby Yoda. I already have like 6 of both of them. Another, I always forget her name, but the character that kind of got kicked off the show. But in any case, like, it's good to see her re-released, because she was in the AT-AT before, though it is the exact same figure, which is kind of a disappointment, because she does change how she looks, but in any case. Fennec Shan, which I'm very excited for. I've completely blanked on his name, and that's part of the point that I'm going to get into in a second. And then a Death Trooper. I've completely blanked on his name. But yeah, my main issue with this, why is it called an Imperial Light Cruiser? I mean, fair enough, like, it is. Like, that's technically what it is. But it's his light cruiser. I've completely blanked on his name, and I cannot think what it actually is. But at the end of the day, it's not just a generic Imperial cruiser. It's, you know, it's specifically a Mandalorian, like, cruiser. So, you know, it doesn't really make sense to me. And Moff Gideon, that's it, that's the name. Yeah, why isn't it Moff Gideon's light cruiser? I don't understand it at all. It makes no sense to me. And then next up on the agenda is the Mandalorian Starfighter, which, once again, why isn't it called Bo-Katan's Starfighter or something to that effect? Because it is Bo-Katan's ship, and fair enough, this is Clone Wars era. It looks pretty good overall. I am, once again, pretty much everything in this wave I'm interested in to some degree. But yeah, like, the minifigure selection is great, actually. But yeah, it's not a generic, I guess it's somewhat is. It's a Mandalorian Starfighter for what used to be Death Watch, because it's obviously Bo-Katan's side. It's, you know, that team. It is specifically supposed to be Bo-Katan's Starfighter. And also, just to add insult to injury, like, I understand why this is a Clone Wars set, is so that they could give us the Death Watch, not Death Watch, the, what are they actually called? The Maul Mandos, I don't know what they're actually called, but it was obviously to give us those. But this ship does not appear in Season 7. It's not in the season that this is supposed to be from, at least not to my knowledge. Like, the most recent time we've seen this, for a while, since early in Clone Wars, was actually in Mandalorian. So, I don't know, it should be Bo-Katan Starfighter. I'm not a fan of it being, you know, named something else. Also, I do appreciate they are actually showing off the bad side of this, and it doesn't look terrible in all fairness. I don't like it, because I'll have this landed a lot of the time, quite honestly, when I have it. I don't like so much that that's the way that it displays. But it may grow on me. It looks good overall. The fact that you can fit both the, like, good guy Mandalorians, I suppose, in it is very good. Generally, it's a good set, but I just, once again, the name, it's so weird to me. We then have Boba Fett's Starship, which, there's so many issues with that name, but first off, I'll just say, I think this is one of the best versions of Slave One we've ever had. I will stand by that. It's short, it's very small, but it fits with some of the other sets we've had recently. The minifig selection, I mean, once again, it's just another, you know, Mando, which, whatever, it's fine. But we are actually getting a Mandalorian era Boba Fett. I think that's really cool. As someone who doesn't care too much generally about Boba Fett, like, he's definitely a character I like to see, but realistically, I only started caring about him during The Mandalorian. So, yeah, overall, like, I'm very happy with this. The prints on the arms and stuff, very good. I'm glad that they basically matched these minifigures in terms of, like, how much detail they have. Though, it is so weird seeing, like, nothing on the helmet other than the visor for Mando, but yeah. Boba Fett Starship. It's called Slave One, and I don't know why. They've been doing this recently with a bunch of sets. In fact, the Razor Crest was actually renamed to the Bounty Hunter Transport, I believe, which, once again, just made no sense. Why can't they call them the actual names? Like, it would make sense to me if it, like, I suppose there might be some sort of controversy with the name Slave One, but, like, I don't know. It's been called Slave One forever. There's been so many versions of the Slave One in LEGO, and it's never been an issue. It's the name of, the ship in the films, and all the expanded media, and every other toy of that vehicle says Slave One. So why can't LEGO call it that? It's not Boba Fett Starship, it's Slave One. It's not even technically Boba Fett's, it's Jango's. It's just been repainted. It's so weird to me that they went with that name, but once again, the actual set itself, I can't complain about the sets. That's the annoying thing. LEGO have done dumb things, but the actual builds are amazing. The designers are doing a great job right now. And as well, I don't know whether it shows it in a picture. It might be one of the first pictures, actually. Yeah, you do actually get a Gamorrean in Carbonite, which I think is really fun. I like that. It's a nice addition, especially when we've already had some of these style in the Mandalorian transport, the Razor Crest. So once again, getting more of these is gonna be great. I hope that there is actually space to like store them within Slave One, but if not, it's not the end of the world. That's a redundant build in my opinion, but it is what it is. I don't really care too much, and yeah, the name is just so dumb to me. Otherwise, the set's fine. And in case you don't know what I mean with the fact that the Razor Crest wasn't called the Razor Crest, it's right here, the Mandalorian Bounty Hunter Transport. If you buy it from anywhere else online, it'll be listed as the Razor Crest, but Lego.com themselves call it the Mandalorian Bounty Hunter Transport. It's so dumb. Then we have what is my personal favourite of the quote-unquote reveals. All this stuff has been leaked for weeks, if not months. A lot of this stuff we've known about and then for forever, and basically we've got images leaked in the last few weeks, but yeah, this has been top of my list for things I'm interested in. The Imperial Armoured Marauder, which isn't the correct name, but it matters so little that I don't think it really matters. I do have issues with the actual build that I'll get into, but, as a set on its own, I actually think it's really good. Like, you just look at that, 2 stormtroopers and I don't know what it's actually called, but it's basically the the rocket launcher trooper from one of the other episodes of The Mandalorian, and then Grief Karga. It's a different version of him to what we've had before, so I'm not complaining about that. Getting more stormtroopers, always good, and getting a specialist stormtrooper, also very good, especially when he does include his little mortar fire. It's very good. That's why he's supposed to be a mortar trooper, but they don't officially call him that. I'm just I can't think what he's actually called. But yeah, overall, it looks fine. Except for the fact that even in The Mandalorian, it's supposed to have troop carriers. There's supposed to be at least 3 on the outside. If not, I think technically there should be 5 if you base it on the Rebels design. There's no exterior troop carrying, which is incorrect. And like, from the first time I saw this leaked, I was thinking that, but it's like, it doesn't bug me that much. I'm still planning on getting this because I'm probably going to get multiple of this actually because it's an Imperial vehicle. I like my Empire stuff. It's cool. It's a neat little thing. I can't get over the fact that it's just not quite right. It's off model to an extent where I'm just like, how did they mess that up? All I can think is that they actually thought that it was going to be a different vehicle to what was in Rebels, but at the same time, we'd already seen this exact vehicle in The Mandalorian at the end of Season 1. So, I know this is a Season 2 set, but it should still look like, you know, they should have known what it would look like by this point, and it's just, I don't know, it kind of ruins it for me, but I'm still going to get them. I might modify them, like, with my own parts and stuff, but I don't know, I like the minifigure selection. The build is good, it's just not accurate, and I don't get why it's not accurate. And then, finally, we have the duel on Mandalore, and, yeah. There's not really much to say about this. It's the Ahsoka we got last time, with the AAT or ATT, whatever, the droid tank, and a brand new end of Clone Wars Maul, which we've never had this specific version of Maul. We've had Maul with big robot legs, and we've also had a Maul from Solo, which came with a book. I can't remember which one it was, but it was a minifigure included with a book. And, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I will say, though, the legs do look like a bit of a downgrade compared to the one from the book. I do own that figure, and really the only benefit to getting this set for me in terms of the minifigures, other than the fact that I don't actually own an Ahsoka, is that you do get a plain body that doesn't have the necklace. I don't know, it's not ideal, in my opinion, because I say the legs just don't look as good, in my opinion. But the body, very good. The face, I'd rather it be a bit more dynamic, maybe. Especially when, with Maul, you can't have double-sided faces, so it makes sense to have a bit of a, maybe a smirk would be nice to get. But, yeah, Ahsoka's good, as always, and, this set is pretty good overall. Like, I'm a fan of everything that they're showing here. I think this is really good. It has a play feature, where you can be thrown through it, which obviously makes sense for the episode. The little chamber, I'm not huge on the fact that that's a sticker, but at least you can actually see through. I would much rather have this been a custom mold like the Han Solo and Carbonite, but I can live with it how it is. A lot of people I've seen complaining that even though it's the same price as the other dual sets, it's not the same in terms of like the play features, like the, you know, Obi-Wan versus Anakin and the Rey versus Kylo. Those ones had like play features and stuff. And this one, other than the being able to throw through the wall, it doesn't really have anything like that. But I'd argue, like, it doesn't really need anything. What are they going to give you? Like, some pipe to stand on or something like that? Some wires? It's difficult to actually add more to this set than they've actually given us. And I think what they've given us is actually really good. Like, I think, like, overall, it is a very good Mandalorian throne. Even if you don't want more to be on it. You know, if you've got a Satine Cries custom minifigure or something, or if you just want to put Bo-Katan on it, or any of the other Mandalorian characters, like, the option is there, and yeah, it looks good to me. I don't know. The price does seem a little bit much for 150 parts, pieces, sorry. But yeah, I'm not against it. I will pick it up because this has been a set that I have been looking forward to. Ahsoka and Maul are two of my favourite characters. Which is weird because I'm, you know, they're prequel characters mostly. They both appear in other time periods, but like, they are prequel characters, and obviously I focus a lot more on Imperial times. But yeah, I am very much looking forward to it. And that is everything that I wanted to go over. So I say, the Darth Vader Meditation Chamber, I do think it's cool. I'm probably going to get it, but it's just a display item at the end of the day. Everything else is essentially newly revealed, even though we've known about it for a long time. Good to see proper pictures at last. Really annoying how they've named everything though, because it should be Moff Gideon's light cruiser. It should be Bo-Katan Starfighter. It should be Slave One. The Imperial Armored Marauder should be called the actual name for that vehicle. And yeah, Duel of Mandalore is the only one I don't have an issue with its name. But yeah, like, overall, it's a very good, like, group of sets. Like, I think I will probably be getting all of them, which, rip my bank account, but, like, yeah, I don't know. I like them. I think they're all good sets. And as I say, I'm probably going to get multiple of the, Marauder. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Bye!